Okay, guys. So very good morning and good evening, whichever time zone you are in. So today is the first session for this May batch. So today we'll be having the demo and what and all the topics that we are going to cover for the next 1 month. Okay. So I know you people are from different background and few are from non-IT. Few of them are already working in IT and few of them have career gaps. So you need to resume the career again to IT world. Okay. So here one in this 1 month program, what and all topics I'm going to cover, I will give overview and I will show a sample demonstration of an example, a scenario based question. Okay, so myself, Jesse Kota, I have total 14 plus years experience in data analytics, working on IBM Information Analyzer and DataStage and Pentaho data integrated integration services, and currently working on a few parts of GCP services. So mainly my primary skill is data stage, and the secondary skills are information analyzer, SQL, Unix, data quality, and all. Coming to my training experience, from 2018 November onwards, I'm a part-time trainer, and parallelly I'm working in Indian-based MNC company, and as a associate uh, tech lead. And coming to my training experience, initially I started with job support and parallelly training on students on information analyzer and data stage technology. So for the last 6 years, I have trained more than 1,000 plus students across the globe in India, US, and UK. So this is about me. So this is the agenda for the training. We'll be calling it as a data engineering program, and here we'll be having the mentorship session. Even after the training gets completed, you'll be in touch with me until you get placed. Okay, and there are students who are attending interviews outside. So if they are unable to answer any interview question, interview scenario, so they can always reach out to me, and that I will be addressing to them, so that in then a similar question they faced in the next interview, they can answer very easily. Okay, so there's a total duration is 40 days, like 60 hours program. So in this 60 hours, what and all will be covered? I'll be just walking through. So here there'll be first 5 hours SQL session. So that will be covered in the data stage training itself. Okay, and we'll be covering Unix concepts and ETL testing, unit testing, and the tools that we are going to use in the real-time environment. So why we need to teach tools? So there are some ticketing tools like Jira, Rally, Azure DevOps. So I should give overview. And so if you're going with no prior experience, so they should have an idea. What are the tools that we are going to use for documentation purpose? We'll use Confluence pages and how to use a shared drive or OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive. So those things I will give overview in the training program. And then we'll be having 2 to 3 hours of data warehousing fundamentals and ETL concepts. So directly I cannot jump into data stage training because you need to have the minimum data warehousing fundamentals background and uh, and once you finish that, then we can jump into data stage sessions. And here data stage classes will have 30 hours, so that will cover basic to advanced level of training. And we'll be doing live project. So I'll be giving some scenarios to watch, and you need to do a project assignments. So that will be 20 hours, and you have to review your project assignments on one-to-one basis. So there will be a one-to-one session once your assignment is finished, project work is finished, and you have to schedule a call with me, and you have to review the work, whatever the project assignment that I have given at the end of the course. Okay. So any questions so far, guys? Ashok, Rendra,
No, sir, it's good.
Sravanti.
Sir, it's included in weekends also, sir? Only
No, no,
weekdays.
no. Only weekdays. Okay, I know people are working, so it's a little bit challenge for them. So I'm not taking classes on weekend. Only the classes will be from Indian time, Monday to Friday. Okay,
Okay.
so if you're in US, it will be
Yes.
from Tuesday to Saturday
Okay.
in your evening time.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, right. So this is the SQL that we are going to cover BigQuery and data warehousing concepts. And you can see my website here, datastagetraining.com. So this is the website. Okay, yeah. So let's go to the demo. And data warehousing concepts. So 2 to 3 hours we'll have data warehousing concept. We'll start with data warehousing concept, then we'll move on to SQL. Okay, and then parallelly Unix and DataStage. Simultaneously, we'll have the sessions. Okay, and we will cover Unix. So why we need Unix? So backend DataStage, it's installed in Citrix environment in real time, and everything will be Ajax Unix. So backend will be having you are using Unix for file storage, file movement operations, executing the scripts. Okay, from data stage through Unix. So you need to have the basic knowledge on Unix commands. Okay, so that will be enough as a secondary skill. Okay, so the primary skill will be data stage, and secondary skill set will be uh, Oracle, I mean SQL and Unix. Okay, yeah. So next, ETL testing concepts. Okay, so you need to do test. For example, so what is a ETL tool? Okay, basically, here as a data engineer, you are shifting the data from one place to another place. You are shifting the data from one place to another place. Okay, so here what happens while shifting the data, and you need to have proper evidence. For example, I don't want a particular transaction should be reflected in my report. So that is the requirement. So in the report means then you are getting data from a tables, right? So from tables, you need to filter out unwanted data. Okay. So while loading data into destination, those records should be there. In source, it should be present. When we check in the target database or a file, those records should not get reflected. Okay. So how to do the testing? So those things we need as a essential part of data test training. Okay. And these are the tools that I'm going to walk through at the end of the course. So data stage will be covering basic to advanced level. So here we have scenarios. Okay, so here let me, so this is the last month batch videos. So here we have, so exercise wise, okay, scenarios exercise wise. So if you see here, we have done 92 exercises. So these are the jobs. These are the jobs for the previous batch. So I'll be walk through all this exercise. In this exercise, you will be doing some assignments, and parallelly, I will be showing with a live example, taking some sample data in a requirement scenario-based questions, and by covering all the data processing stages, files, and databases. And databases here will be working with only DB2, so that is very user friendly. So and you can use Oracle also, but here system supports DB2, so that will be providing software as a practice. And then 92 assignments, so that I'm going to cover. And here we have the real-time interest scenario videos. For example, here if you see, just a minute. So here my drive. So here I will be giving access to this interview-based scenario videos. So totally here we have 48. And if you go to my channel and go to the playlist, so here you can see interview scenario 48. Okay, so I'll be providing all the access to these videos. Okay, so here you can see few of the videos that you cannot watch. So only for membership. Membership in the sense those who enroll for the course or those who want to watch the videos. So for them only I will be providing. And there are some 70% of the video content is hidden in YouTube, so they cannot watch. Only 30% have free videos where everyone can watch. So these scenario videos I will be giving access after 70% of the course gets completed. Why we can give like in the starting itself? Because if you watch the scenarios at the starting itself, there are some content, the topics that I have not covered. Initially, it won't be covered, right? So if you finish 70% of the training, then if I watch the scenario videos, then you can understand. So that is the reason. Okay. And live project assignment tasks that I'm going to provide, and there will be project explanation sessions. So people don't have prior experience and going with the experience. So for them, I will be explaining three projects in a resume. If you're going with 4+, at least you need to keep three projects in your profile. Okay. So those project explanation, the templates. So those things I will share with you. Okay. And I will be helping you in resume preparation and resume writing guidance. Okay, and then I'll be conducting the mock interviews and people who is ready for job trials. So for them, I'll be conducting mock interviews, 2 to 3 mock interviews. So which part you are in lag? Okay, so how that can be improved. So those kind of tips I will be shared. So while in your job trials, and we have a Q&A discussion forum where where we can discuss question answers. Okay. And we'll be having the training programs. One is live group coaching, and other one is self-learning videos. Okay. So here I'll be providing software. Okay. So software for practice. So these are the basic system requirements that you need. Okay. So can you please check your personal laptop, uh, the requirements? So if this configuration is having, then it will be fine. Okay, so here we require i5 processor or above. If you have i7, that is well and good. And 8 GB RAM minimum or above. Okay, so if you see my system configuration, so it's mine is i5 processor and 16 GB RAM, and I have 256 SSD drive. Okay, so the VM will be fast. This one I am talking about. Okay, so so DataStage will be installed in another desktop, another kind of a desktop in a form of VMware in your personal laptop. Okay, and preferred OS is Windows 10. Okay, so if you have old laptop, mine is i3 processor and Windows 7 OS. So now you need to format that Windows 7 to Windows 10. And RAM size you need to have at least 12 GB if it is i3 processor. And must and should you should have SSD minimum 120 GB free space is required to store the VMware file. Okay. Yeah. So any questions here, guys, regarding the configuration? Can you please check your system configuration? And if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Hello. Any questions, Ashok, Sravanti, Nagendra, Supriya?
No, sir.
No, my
Okay.
side, no.
So I hope this configuration has met your laptop
Yes, sir.
configuration.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, right. So just let's watch a video. Okay, so just a minute. So what's the ETL basically? Guys, can you? I hope volume is clear. YouTube. Hello. Are you able to hear the video? I mean, video audio.
No.
No, no.
Audio, I couldn't hear, sir.
Oh, you can't hear. Okay, 1 second. I will do one thing. I will share this link in the chat. Okay, so that will be helpful for you. You can watch. You can click on the chat. So you can check the chat. Okay. So I have shared the link. You can watch that. So here I'm trying to explain what is ETL. Okay, so how does it works? Okay. So I hope you understand what is ETL, how that it works. Okay, so here we are gathering the data from multiple source systems and apply the business transformation rules and load the data into one area. So that is a data warehouse. So here we'll be loading data into data warehouse for business analytics purpose. Okay, so let's study a case study. So why we are building data warehousing applications? So we need to question ourselves, what is the importance of data warehousing applications? So mainly is to analyze the business at enterprise level. Okay, so here at enterprise level, we need to analyze the business. Okay, so how I can analyze the business? Okay, so this is the next question that comes in your as a in a mind. So how I can analyze my business? So every business has a customers, right? So every organization has a product or a service. Okay, so let's take an example of Infosys. So they have IT services. So that is the product, and they have banking application Finacle that was developed by Infosys. Okay, and so product wise, so what are the in the service in the sense they have they will work with various applications, front end, back end. Okay, and different clients, manufacturing, banking, healthcare, insurance, various domains. So what is the revenue generated for each domain? Okay, what is the revenue generated for customer wise? Okay, so like that, they need to analyze the business and they will publish the results for every quarter. Every quarter, what is the revenue generated for this quarter? How many new customers we acquired? They will compare the revenue with the previous quarter. So those those kind of results they will publish to the press. Okay, and location wise, I can analyze my business. So if we take an example of retail outlets in Hyderabad, we have this Ratnadeep, Vijeta. Okay, so Reliance Smart Point. So location wise, which store performance is good? Sales volume is more. Which store sales volume is less? Okay, so here we can analyze the business based on this core key factors. Okay, who is my customer? Okay, and product, time, and location. Okay, so any questions, guys, here? Any questions? I hope you understand why we are building data warehousing application.
Yes, sir. We're good to
Yeah,
go.
right. Okay, so we need a system. So data warehouse means what? What is a data warehouse? Data warehouse means what? To store something. Data warehouse means where we'll store the data. So to store the data into warehouse, we need to acquire the data somewhere. Okay. So here this process will be calling it as a data acquisition. So in the data acquisition, here we have three categories. Data acquisition is a process that categories into three categories. One is data extraction, data transformation, and data loading. Okay. So here what happens in data extraction? So we'll be extracting the data from various source systems, files, legacy systems, okay, databases, cloud or non-cloud databases, and apply the transformation rules like merging, cleansing, scrubbing, and aggregation. Okay, so these things we'll discuss in the practical sessions. And loading the data into a destination place like initial load. We need to balance the incremental load, ongoing changes, new customer enrollment, customer account address. Let's take an example of bank. So customer has an account, saving account or current account. He changes address. We need to update our system with the current address, right? So these kind of things that we need to manage both current and the historical data in the data warehousing system. Okay, and to work with data acquisition process, we need a software. We need a system, right? So what are those softwares like code-based tools, geo-based ETL tools? So code-based ETL tools are Teradata utilities. Nowadays we have this even cloud services also. We have the ETL tools like GCP has cloud data fusion and data flow, and AWS has Azure. I mean, AWS has this one, AWS Glue, ETL Glue. Okay, and Azure has ADF, Azure Data Factory, like that. Similarly, we have geo-based retail tools. So DataStage is a geo-based retail tools. For example, I want to develop a program. Okay, so let's work on one scenario. So here the coding is very minimal. So I'm taking the file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my data. I'm saving this here in C drive. Okay. So I'm saving this in the Unix folder, sample file. Okay, sample. So I have shared this file. Okay, so I've saved this file, and my output should be like this. I need to get the output like this: 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, comma 3. Again 1, 2, 2 comma 3 comma 4, again 1 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So this is my output I need. Okay. So how you are going to work on this scenario? Okay. So here input is a file. Okay. So first what you need to do, you need to take a sequential file. Now go to job design. Okay. So maximize this. So drag and drop sequential file, and output also we need it in a file. Just drag and drop this. And here we need to perform this kind of transformation activity. We need to use transformer. Okay. S- Now we need to define this. How to define all these things we'll have in practical sessions. Now just click on this. You need to map the input file. So here I'm not writing any program here. Just I am navigating the tool options. Okay. So go to source. Our file is kept at source folder. You need to go to the folder where is our file is located, Unix. So this is the file, sample IP, and we don't have any column name in the first line. Okay. And delimiter also none. We don't have any delimiter, and double quotes none. So here what you can do, go to columns, you need to define the column. Okay. So here SC key and give some name, column name. Okay. So give integer or a varchar, whatever it may be, integer one, nullability no. Okay. So click on OK here. Now here I'm writing the logic. Okay. So here you need to write the logic. For that you need to create a variable. Okay. So in normally in BTech first year we have the C language, right? So I need to declare variable. Okay. SV stage variable append append data. So varchar you can give varchar because we need to have commas, right? Let it be length 255. Now click on OK. Now first number we need to consider as a number, record number should be 1. Okay. So for that what you need to do, we need to go to derivation here, if then else logic. Okay. So first stage variables here where we'll have this in row number. Whenever in row number is 1, then we have to give the input column. Okay. Else what you need to do? You need to concatenate the stage variable data, append, concatenate. So double quotes, I'm giving double quotes, comma. I need to separate it again, double quotes, and concatenate, and again the input column. Okay. So I will explain this logic. So first record it will be 1. Okay. So that 1 will be stored, and it will be stored in the user variable. And that user variable, what I am doing, I am assigning to target. Okay. So here I am giving a new column, output data in varchar to 55. And you can give default length and map this. Okay. So the mapping is done. So here once it will store it to the output. Now click on OK. Now define this target path. Choose the target path. So it's a source, right? Go to C drive, target path. OPT data output. Okay, so give some name txt. So delimiter is comma. You can okay, click on OK. And whenever you are running this job, these kind of scenarios, always you need to consider run in a sequential mode. So why we need to run a sequential mode? Those things we will discuss in the regular training program. Now save this. Okay, save this job. Exercise. Some give some number. 14th May. 25. Some. So here first numbers are not allowed. Okay. Give job. Now save. Okay. So now let's go to the output and we'll delete all the files, whatever we have kept in the output. So I'm deleting this. Now save, compile and run this job. So here this is the compile button. Okay. Okay. Click on run. So this is the run button. This is the run button. This is the compile button and this is a save as and all. Okay. So here 5 rows, 5. Okay. Now let's see the output, guys. Are you able to get the desired output, what we have discussed? Okay. So like that, we will be working with various scenarios in the training program. Okay. For example, here the input, here I have like this, right? So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need to convert this ver vertical to horizontal. Okay. So I need to convert this vertical to horizontal. Okay. So let me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. And my requirement is to convert into like this. Okay. So this is the input data. And this is the output data. Need to get the output data like this. Okay. So now how we are going to work on this? It's very simple. On top of this job, vertical to hori. Just save as. Okay. Now what you can do? You need to have only the last record. So go to filters and we have the function to pick the last records. Go to functions here from the derivation. Okay. And here you can see the last row handling. Last row. So that's it. Click on OK. Click on OK. Save, compile and run this job. Okay, so you may face these kind of questions in interview scenarios. Okay, so I'll be covering all the scenario based training. So that will be helpful for you during the interviews. And we'll be covering all the stages, how we can define, it can be worked and all. So this is the input. So let's see once the job gets completed. See here, 5 rows we have in the input, and we have considered only one record. Okay. So now let's see here. So the horizontal data has been converted into vertical data. Okay. So our left side is vertical data, and that has been converted into columns. Each record has converted into columns. This is a horizontal data. So these kind of scenarios that we are going to work in the training program. Okay. So any questions, guys? Any questions on this scenario? So you may not understand these functions and all. Okay. So that I will be in the training phase. You will be understanding slowly. Okay. No need to be panic if you don't understand now.
Yeah, in input and output, we can give in the or automatically output is from. And
Input output, we need to transform the data. So here vertical data I have converted into horizontal data.
yeah, that is the question. Yeah, it mostly real time also same thing or
Real time is totally moving the data from one place to another place, building the data everything system. So
yeah.
these kind of examples they will ask in interviews. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, so you
Actually,
need
I was thinking in the raw data into we divided and separated like should two in a
mm,
uh,
yes,
locations. That type of, yeah. Okay. Yeah, continue.
okay, yeah, right. So the next phase. So this is the architecture of data everything system. So source, staging area, dimension load, fact load, and all. Okay. And this is the content. Okay. So here, what is about data stage? We'll be covering these three: designer, director, and administrator client. So we have this in VM. Okay. So here, if you see director, designer, okay, and admin. So we'll be walking through this client components. And for initially 2 sessions, we'll be having data everything concepts, 2 to 3 sessions. Then we'll move on to data stage. So you can see the curriculum here. So whatever it is there in the presentation, you can same thing you can reflect here. Okay. Yeah. So from tomorrow onwards, let's have the actual classes. Okay. So I hope this timing is okay, or you need early. If you can let me know, or if you want session in the evening, also you can let me know. So how we can have the actual classes from tomorrow onwards. Yeah, Sravanti, Sravanti, you are in which time zone? Eastern or
Eastern time, sir.
oh, Eastern. It will be too late for you.
Its time is good for me, sir.
Oh,
Actually, I make her kids to make them
oh,
sleep. After that,
okay,
I attend the classes.
okay. So 8 to 9 is okay for you.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ashok? Ashok Nagendra?
Yeah, this time is okay for me also.
Fine with this time.
Okay. Okay, then we'll have the session at same 8 to 9. Okay. So if any students ask, no, we'll see. Okay, I think this will even for me also. It's works for me. So even I work for US based customer. So like 12 to 9 is my work timings. Yeah. Okay then. So let's connect tomorrow. So I will be sharing a new meeting invite. Okay. So regarding the fees and everything, let's connect offline. Okay. Yeah. So the mode of paying fees, I'll be accepting the UPI payment and account transfer. I will accept the payment via credit card as well. Okay, Ruby credit card. Yeah. So further details, if you have any other questions, okay, so you can always text me. This my number. Okay, so let's connect offline. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask, or let's wind up the session for today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.